Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Frank Sinatra in the short-lived program Rocky Fortune. This episode originally broadcast December 29th, 1953, and it appears that Rocky is being set up as a prize fighter, and maybe not in a good way. He may be taking that dirt nap.
Frank Sinatra.
And nothing ever happens, not even a ticket for speeding. Another guy, every time he orders a bowl of chowder, he finds a live octopus in it. Well, that's the story of my life. You take last week, I was sitting in a one-armed joint drinking black coffee and reading the Wan ads when I noticed a couple of ape-like characters giving me the double O. After a while, they leave that table and come over to mine.
What if it ain't my old pal, Gondolfo?
I beg your pardon?
Come on, Gondolfo. Don't give me the no capiche routine. Mitchell's been looking all over for you. You shouldn't have took off from the hotel room this morning without telling anybody.
Look, Buster.
The name is Stanley, remember?
Okay, Stanley, let's get something straight. My name ain't Gondolfo. I never laid an eyeball on you in all my life, and I like to eat alone. You got it?
Sure, Gondolfo. Come on. We'll go back to the hotel and see Mitchell.
Lover boy, I just finished telling you...
I don't want to have to get tough, Gondolfo. On account of I wouldn't want to cripple you before the fight tonight. So let's go quiet.
For the last time, beat it. You bother me.
Okay, Gondolfo. Now, just so we understand each other. This what you feel pressed up against your side ain't a briar pipe. You follow me?
I follow you.
Good. Follow me. And don't try nothing funny or I'll be forced to take drastic action which might cause leakage in your radiator and valves. Okay?
Okay. Stanley is about 8 feet tall with hands like dredgers. Also, he's carrying a small-sized railway gun on his hip, which is right next to my head. So I go. We take a taxi to a cheap downtown hotel, and Stanley escorts me to a room on the second floor.
Okay, this is it.
Look, if you're going to roll me, pal, you're in for a big disappointment. Shake me upside down, all you find's a key.
Candle lip dribble.
Come in. Hello, Stanley.
Boss, look who. I found him.
Come in. Shut the door.
I'm sitting in a restaurant, see, and I look up, and bingo. Right at the next table is our wandering boy, the Great Gondolfo.
Sit down.
Look, mister.
I said sit down.
Thanks.
I can see how you made the mistake, Stanley.
What mistake?
Thinking this punk was Gondolfo.
What do you mean?
What's your name, punk?
Rocky Fortune, punk. What's yours?
Don't get fresh.
Did I hit him?
Take it easy, Stanley.
Boss, he's lying. This is Gondolfo, I tell you.
Shut up, Stanley. You have to forgive Stanley. He used to be a wrestler. He got dropped in his head a couple of times too often.
Would you mind telling me what this is all about as long as I'm here?
Not at all. You ever heard of Luis Gondolfo?
Yeah, he's a fighter, ain't he? Some bum from Argentina or Brazil?
He's a fighter, and he's also a bum, but he happens to be from Bolivia.
Yeah, I read about him.
I'm his manager, Mike Mitchell.
I can't say it's a pleasure.
Stanley here helps handle him.
Who handles Stanley, a zookeeper?
Boss, could I hit him like once, maybe?
Luis Gondolfo is scheduled to meet Kid Cool in the garden tonight. The winner gets a crack to the bantamweight champ.
According to the sports hawks, your boy's about as much chance as a snowball in Havana.
Less than that, Rocky. The odds are 6-1 that Kid Cool knocks him out, and we're betting against him.
Sounds like you got the tank all rigged up.
We had it all rigged up, but Gondolfo got cold feet and skipped, which leaves us holding the bag.
What's in the bag, Mr. Mitchell?
$600,000.
Oh, wow.
We invest 600 G's and we make 100 G's profit.
No fighter, no fight. No fight, all bets off, right?
Exactly. Only we got a fighter.
Yeah, who?
You.
Boss.
Shut up, Stanley. You're a dead ringer for our boy Gondolfo, Mr. Fortune. All you have to do is step in the ring for 2 rounds, let Kid Cool paste you, and down you go.
Well, it's been nice talking to you fellas. Any other time that you need somebody to stand up under a falling blackjack or lay down in front of a freight train, get in touch with me. Tonight I'm busy. I gotta go, really.
He said, hold it.
You're not going anyplace, Mr. Fortune. You're going to step in that ring tonight like you were the great Gondolfo himself.
If I don't?
If you don't, Stanley here's going to fillet you. 1 bone at a time. You understand?
I begin to get the picture. One minute I'm drinking coffee in a joint, the next I'm a candidate for a bruise at the Garden. I settle down in the hotel room to wait for developments, which begin to develop rapidly.
Who is it?
Press!
Just a sec. Okay, Gondolfo. Now you're going to let the reporter see you.
What do I say, goo-goo?
Gondolfo, don't talk very good English. Just say, see.
Okay.
Let him in, Goofball.
Right.
Well, if it ain't the South American Boxing Association. How's the boy, Mike?
A tiger. He's ready to murder that Kid Cool. Right, Gondolfo?
See?
You don't look in such good shape.
He's deceptive. Right, Dolph?
See?
Look, Johnny, give him a good write-up, huh? He's 6-1 to lose. He needs encouragement. Right now, he needs rest.
Okay, I'll give him a plug in Espanol. Okay, Mike. See you.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. More? Open it.
Luis, querido mío. Oh, let me kiss you, baby.
Yeah, why not?
Baby, why you don't call me?
He's been training, Loopy. Come on now, beat it. You can see him after the fight.
Good luck, Louis. Kiss me.
See? Honey, I'm not Luis. I'm Rocky Fortune, 52 Bleakman Street. Get the cops. Buenos dias, pumpkin.
Buenos dias, querido. Buenos dias, Mike.
Sure, see you after the fight, honey.
Nice girl. Mine?
Uh-huh.
What do I call her?
Loopy Monsoon. She's a chorus girl at the Latin segment. Nuts about you. Too bad you tried to tip her off, though.
Me?
Yeah, I saw you whisper to her, Rocky. Stanley.
Yeah, boss.
Go after her. Stick with her, and if she does anything suspicious, like calling the cops, stop her.
Sure, boss.
Oh, Stanley.
Yeah, boss.
Before you go, say goodbye to Gondolfo here. Show him we mean business.
A pleasure, boss. Buenos dias, punk.
That night, I am hustled over to the Garden with Mike Mitchell's automatic nuzzling my ribs. I dress, weigh in, and have the gloves put on by Stanley, who has returned from tailing Loopy Monsoon. Finally, the warning buzzer sounds, and I am escorted into the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the main event of the evening. In this corner, the spectacular bantamweight from Brooklyn, USA, the fighting gamecock, Kid Cool. And over here, a newcomer to American boxing circles, direct from the pampas of Bolivia, the Bolivian Jaguar, Luis Gondolfo.
Okay, now remember, Rocky. You put it around for 1 round, and at the end of the 2nd round, you dive. It's all set. Kid Cool's going to give you the signal so you can make it look good.
I don't think I can stand up for 1 round.
You do like we say. If you don't, you get killed. Simple?
Too simple.
Okay, now get in there. And remember, we're right behind you.
And we're right behind you. From December 29th, 1953, Frank Sinatra as Rocky Fortune on Classic Radio Theater. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. December 29th, 1953, Frank Sinatra as Rocky Fortune.
bicycle trying to keep away from Kid Cool, who's after me like I was the mechanical rabbit at the dog races. I managed to outleg him for the first couple of minutes, but as the bell rings, he tags me with a right that makes me see double. I stagger into my corner and flop.
Nice footwork, Rocky. You're practicing for the Olympic sprints or something? The fans are screaming for blood.
Yeah, mine.
Let him tag you a couple of times to make it look good. He'll tell you when to flop.
He won't need to tell me. I'm ready to flop now. In the opposite corner, I see Kid Cool eyeing me like I'm for sale. Cheap. He takes a swig of his water bottle and comes out of his corner with murder written all over him. I stagger out and manage to grab him for a clinch.
Come on, break up the clinch. This ain't no dance marathon.
Let me hit you a couple of times, kid, just so I don't get an inferiority complex.
Okay, but when I wink, wait for my swing and go down. Got it?
Right.
Break.
Sure. Here, big boy, try this one.
Get to a neutral corner, Gondolfo. 1, 2, 3.
Get up, kid. Get up.
4.
I never laid a glove on him, so help
5,
me.
6, 7.
Come on, kid. I didn't mean it.
8.
Honest, get up, boy.
9, 10. The winner by a knockout, Gondolfo.
Kid Cool is still laid out like a dress suit when I stagger back to my corner. Stanley helps me into my bathrobe while he's murmuring plans for my total destruction in the one ear. I decided it's time for me to vacate the premises.
Let's go, punk.
Take him to the locker room, Stanley, and finish him off.
Now, listen, I never touched that guy, honest. He just folded up on me.
$600,000 down the drain. You're gonna sweat for this fortune.
Yeah, before I sweat, Mitchell, you gotta catch me.
Grab him!
Hey, look out.
Look out, lady, I gotta catch a plane. I bust away from Stanley's hot little paws and squirm through the crowd to the exit. I am probably the only fighter in history to win a fight and break an Olympic sprint mark at the same night. Luckily, there's a cab outside the garden. I jump in and give him the go-go. Step on it, Uncle. 52 Bleakman Street.
Gee, must have been giving you an awful beating to make you run out of the garden like that.
And the commentary. Let's move.
Okay, hang on. You mind if I ask you what happened in there?
I won.
If you won, I'd hate to see the other guy.
That's clever. I tell the hacky to wait outside my flat while I go up for some money and a change of clothes. The place is dark when I get there, and even before I turn the light on, I can smell the perfume. Good evening.
Buenas noches.
Yeah. Buenas noches yourself, and a happy besame mucho.
I was so worried about you.
Didn't you understand the message I whispered in your ear?
Of course, but it's Stanley. He followed me all day until it is too late. I remember your address, and I come up here to tell you.
Is that all?
No. I want to know if you know where Luis is.
Oh. Mitchell told me he flew the coop. That's all I know.
I have not seen him for 3 days now.
He's probably on a fast plane to Bolivia, which is where I should be if I want to live to be 34.
The gamblers have taken a big beating, no?
They have taken a big beating. See.
It's too bad they all pay off before they find out Kid Cool was poisoned.
Who cares if they didn't... What?
You have not heard? Kid Cool was poisoned. They find the stuff in his water bottle.
Is he dead?
No, just very sick. Meanwhile, the gamblers have paid off many bets.
I thought there was something phony about that nosedive he took. Any ideas about who did it?
No. Whoever it was must have collected a nice hunk of change, as you say.
Yeah, it was somebody who knew Luis was slated to take a dive and figured to pull a fast one on the gambling boys.
Maybe Mike Mitchell do this himself.
Maybe anybody. You, Gondolfo, Stanley, even me. Look, baby, it won't take Mitchell long to locate this place. I got to get dressed and blow. I'll see you some other time.
I give you goodbye, kiss.
Yeah. Baby.
Yes.
One favor?
Yes.
Help me get the boxing gloves off, huh? It occurs to me that Lupe Monsoon is pretty free with a lipstick, but who am I to complain? I hustle her out in about an hour and start packing for a quick trip to Tibet. There's a knock on the door, and my knees take it from there. Hold it. Okay.
Greetings.
Well, if it ain't my old pal, Sergeant Hamilton J. Finger of the Gestapo. Come in, Sarge. I'm glad to see you.
I'll bet.
What brings you?
I'm not sure, but I think it was a phone tip to headquarters. If this is another practical joke, Rocky, I'm going to have you stuffed and roasted, so help me.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
A dame calls up headquarters and says there's a dead man at 52 Bleakman, apartment 2B. That's you.
A dead man? Maybe she meant me.
You don't know about this?
It sounds like a gag.
Yeah, darn it. Okay, Fortune, this is positively my last word on the subject. Any more trouble from you, and I'm resigning from the force.
Finger walks out, and I open the closet door to put on my other suit, the one with 2 sleeves. As I open the closet, a guy who looks exactly like me falls out on his face. It ain't me. It's Luis Gondolfo, the Bolivian jaguar. He ain't much of a jaguar because he's been speared in the neck till dead. I stuff him back in the closet and head uptown after a quick run through the phone book. I am in trouble, and I think I know who's responsible.
Rocky, darling.
Whoa, down, girl. Whoa, no more mush. Back up.
You don't like me no more?
All I want right now is information.
What about?
About Luis Gondolfo.
You have seen him?
No, baby, but you have.
What?
Listen, honey, there was a fresh corpse in my closet when you left the apartment, and I didn't put it there.
A corpse of whom?
Of Luis Gondolfo.
Madre de Dio.
Don't pretend you didn't know anything about it. You went right down and phoned the cops, figuring the whole thing would be pinned on me.
You're crazy. Well, why should I do such a thing?
You want to know? Because you were the one who cleaned out the bookmakers on the fight tonight. You poisoned Kid Cool's bottle and bet everything you had on me. And you collected, too. But Love Boy Gondolfo showed up and wanted his cut. So you lured him up to my apartment and slipped a hat pin into his jugular. Then you called the gendarmes figuring I'd take the rap. Is that right? Or am I dreaming?
Signor Rocky, you're crazy.
Maybe I am. You ain't the first one to tell me. But just to prove how crazy I am, do you mind if I take a look around this place?
Help yourself. Maybe if you tell me what you're looking for, I can save you the time.
I'm not sure, baby. It's either a roll of bills 600 grand deep or some poison.
If you look for money, I cannot help you. Poison I will be most happy to furnish.
Very funny. By the way, that big picture hat you were carrying in your hand in my apartment. I don't suppose you wear that with a hat pin, do you?
A hat pin?
Uh-huh. Let's see. This should be the hat closet. And this is the hat. And these are the holes for the hat pin. Where's the pin?
Pin? I think perhaps I have lost it.
Sure. You lost it in Gondolfo's throat, maybe.
I will not stand for this. Get out.
Where's the money, Lupe?
There is no money.
You want me to call the cops now, or are you going to level?
Oh, very well. How much do you want?
And you did slip the hat pin to Gondolfo.
He threatened me. You want the whole share.
That's what I thought.
How much do you want?
Let's see this stuff.
In the drawer of the desk over there.
Here?
No. The bottom drawer.
Uh-huh. This one's empty, baby.
So is your head, Signor Fortune.
Not only do I let her sap me, I even bend over so she can lay a brass candlestick right back in my ear where it'll do the most good. Always a gentleman, that's me. Sometime later, the purple merry-go-round comes to a halt, and I see a familiar ugly puss bending over me. Oh.
Take it easy, dream boy.
Oh, my head.
Ain't he sweet, Loopy? Just like a sleeping baby.
Oh. How did you get here, knucklehead?
Now, I might have just dropped in by chance, or then again, Loopy might have called me on the electric telephone to help her get rid of what's left of you.
I begin to get the picture now. You two are in this together.
You are very clever, Signor Fortune. So clever, you nosed yourself right into a coffin.
Get her with the New York accent.
What do we do, baby?
Get rid of him. He knows too much. He guesses the rest.
How about I should drop him out the window, huh?
Don't be an idiot, Stanley. We got to get him away from the apartment.
Okay. I'll bump him here and we'll drop him off the palisade.
Okay, but just make it snappy.
Turn around, Fortune.
Can we talk this over?
I said turn around.
He says turn around, so I turned.
Sounds like curtains for Rocky. December 29th, 1953, Frank Sinatra as Rocky Fortune. I'm Wyatt Cox, and this is Classic Radio Theater.
Here's a great thing to consider doing right now before the end of the year. Call MediShare and find out just how much you would save by switching to MediShare, the affordable alternative to health insurance. When you call, you'll get some good news and probably be very happily surprised, too. The typical family saves $500 a month, but you might save even more. It's so worth it to at least find out. And you'll see why more than 400,000 people are already members. MediShare is a Christian community that's shared more than $4 billion in each other's healthcare costs. It really is remarkable, and they're very easy to talk to. And here's the thing. If you join before the end of the year, they'll waive your new member fee. That's another $170 you'll save. I'll give you the number here in a second. The call, and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is December 31st, so call now. You'll save even more. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Mike Lindell, the inveterate CEO of MyPillow, wants to give back to listeners. You can get great discounts on all MyPillow products if you go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener special. Deep discounts on all MyPillow products, like the buy one, get one free special on Giza Dream Sheets. All MyPillow products come with a 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. Call 1-800-951-8175 or go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener special. Use my promo code USA. Thanks for tuning into Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Is this the conclusion of Rocky Fortune? We'll find out in just a moment. Rocky Fortune, December 29th, 1953.
Hey, want it make a noise?
Yeah, this cannon's got a silencer.
Okay, get it over with.
So long, Fortune. Don't move, either of you.
Mike.
I said don't move or you'll get what Stanley got.
Thanks for the rescue, Mitchell.
Don't thank me, Fortune. You may be next. So you and the numbskull thought you could double-cross me and get away with it, huh, Loopy? You should know better than that.
Mike, I swear I wasn't in on it. It was Stanley's idea.
Yeah, don't give me that, baby. I followed that meathead over here, and I was standing in the hall for 10 minutes listening to you two.
Mike, it wasn't my idea.
Stanley doesn't have the brains to figure out a scheme like that. Poisoning cool and then betting against the odds.
Fortune, it was his idea.
Oh, sure. It was my idea to have Stanley shoot me in the back of the head so I could look innocent, too.
Okay, Loopy. Where's the dough?
What, Mike?
The dough, the moolah. You were picking up bundles from every bookmaker in town after the fight, including me.
No, Mike, honest.
You're gonna play possum. Okay. Now, where's the dough?
But you know it ain't polite to hit a lady like Loopy with the palm of your hand. You should use your knuckles.
I'm not gonna play around much longer, Loopy. Where's the dough?
Well, it's in the suitcase in the bedroom.
Shall we all take a little walk into the bedroom? Now, don't try anything. Let's go.
There.
Open it. You really cleaned up on that fight. Okay, close it and hand it over.
Okay, Mike.
Now, both of you, over the other side of the bed. Move.
Mike, what are you going to do?
You two characters are going to have a little lover's quarrel. Let's knock over a couple of lamps to make it look good. So when the cops find you both dead, they won't have to strain their imagination.
What about Stanley? How are you going to explain him?
Well, just make it a triangle. You see, I'm not going to have to do any explaining because by the time the authorities reach this place, I'm going to be on a plane for nowhere with a suitcase full of government certificates. Okay, Loopy, you first. So long, Chiseler.
Okay, hold it.
Oh, my arm.
It's only a scratch.
You okay, Rocky?
Fine.
Get me a doctor. Can't you see I'm bleeding?
Yeah, sure.
Your timing was fine, Sarge, but how'd you locate us?
I went back to your apartment for a second look and found Gondolfo in the closet. I traced you to a hacky who was parked outside your flat.
Holy smokes, I forgot all about him.
Well, he remembered you. He took the number of the cab you left in.
Yeah, I guess I owe him a fat tip, huh?
As far as I know, he's downstairs, and his meter is still running.
I better get down there.
Now, just a minute.
Yeah?
If Gondolfo was dead in your flat, who fought at the garden tonight?
How should I know?
Gondolfo didn't have a mark on him.
He was a pretty tricky fighter.
How come you got a bruise on your cheek?
Me, Sarge? I ran into a door. Honest.
NBC has presented Frank Sinatra as that footloose and fancy-free young gentleman, Rocky Fortune. Others in tonight's cast included Jack Mather, Joe Forte, Jack Carroll, Maya Gregory, Maurice Hart, Barney Phillips. Tonight's script was written by George Lefferts. Andrew C. Love directed. And now, to tell you about next week's adventure, here's Frank Sinatra as Rocky Fortune. Must travel at night. Use the utmost caution. Most of all, slow down from your normal daytime driving speed. You may have the vision of an owl after dark, but your number may be up if you drive too fast. At all times, drive as though your life depends on it. It does.
Important to remember this time of year, December 29th, 1953, Frank Sinatra as Rocky Fortune on Classic Radio Theater. Alrighty, we have an embezzler here on this edition of Classic Radio Theater, and yours truly, Johnny Dollar, who doesn't want to say what he did with the money. This is kind of squirrely. We're going to hear part 4 of the 5-part yours truly, Johnny Dollar story, now the Forbes Matter. This was originally broadcast December 29th, 1955.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is the police operator. Are you the party who called for an ambulance?
Yes, didn't you get it?
It's on the way, sir. I'm calling to verify the circumstances.
Attempted suicide by gas.
Yes, sir, we have that. The victim's name?
Sheldon Forbes, Forbes.
Forbes? And your connection, sir? Relative, perhaps?
No relation. Insurance investigator. I just found him.
Will you please remain there until the officers arrive?
Are you kidding?
I asked you, but... Oh, well, thank you very much.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Continental Adjustment Bureau, 418 Elizabeth Avenue, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Forbes matter. Sheldon Forbes pleaded guilty to a $4,285 embezzling charge. He waived jury trial and was awaiting sentence when he was bailed out of jail, went home, and turned on the gas. 30 seconds after I dragged him from the apartment, I called the police emergency squad. In a matter of minutes, they arrived, and a couple of interns were working on Forbes with a pulmotor in that dingy, dirty, badly lighted hallway. There was no telling how much gas Forbes had breathed in, or for how long a period after he went into his apartment the gas jet had been open.
Hand me that hypo, Al. Thanks. Swab. Okay.
He alive?
Barely. You the fellow found him, mister?
Yeah.
Hard to say what can happen on these kind. That shot I just gave him should produce some reaction. This your place?
His.
You know who he is?
His name's Sheldon Forbes.
Nice-looking guy. Al, I'll need that. Yeah, thanks. I think we're getting somewhere now.
Hey, look, can I help?
No. Al, you better hand me one of those, too. Liable to be pretty sick if... Oh, hey, good, he's catching on.
Yeah.
Let's have a little increase, Al. Up it just a little. Okay. Hold it there.
The intern and his assistant worked quietly and methodically. There was nothing I could do but stand and watch. After about a half an hour, the color of Forbes' skin seemed to me a little more close to normal. His eyes were still closed, though, and he showed no signs of movement. I waited.
Okay, Al. You can kill the pulmotor. Getting some pulse now. Respiration, too.
Will he make it?
It depends, mister. If he has any kind of heart condition, it'll be tough. We can tell more when we get him into a hospital. Nothing more we can do for him here. Okay, Al. Have the boys load him up. Let's get out of here. Now, mister, you say he's a friend of yours?
Just someone I knew.
He's got you to thank, in case he makes it.
Where'll he be?
We'll take him over to Bellevue. All attempted suicides get over there.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to talk to him when he comes around. Any idea when that'll be?
No telling. Better phone in first. Police will want to talk to you. You give identification to headquarters when you called in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the third one tonight. What is it, the weather?
Not for him.
My job is to handle them, but I wonder why they do it.
Oh, this guy's got a problem. He's out on bail, goes into court Friday to be sentenced. Embezzling charge.
Oh. Seemed like a nice guy to look at.
I think he probably is a nice guy.
But I thought you said he was an embezzler.
I did.
Well, be sure and call in.
Yeah, sure, Doctor. Thanks.
Good night.
The uniformed officers outside the apartment house questioned me thoroughly regarding the circumstances of the attempted suicide. I told them what had occurred and gave them my business address for reference. They asked me to ride over to the station with them and verify the facts. I did. All of that took about 2 hours. When I was finished, I put in a call to Bellevue. No change in Sheldon Forbes' condition. Expense account item 9, $280, 1 theater ticket. That's what it cost me to see the last 15 minutes of a fairly bad musical play at the Empress Theater. When it was over, I walked around to the stage entrance.
Hey, didn't quite get that, mister.
$1.
Dollar? Oh, Mr. Dollar. Uh-huh. Well, what can I do for you?
Between 6:30 and 7 o'clock tonight, a man came here to the stage entrance and talked to you.
A lot of people talk to me here. That's my job, talking to them. One man in particular.
His name is Sheldon Forbes.
Don't remember nobody named Forbes.
Well, maybe he didn't give his name. He was a tall man, about my size, 30 or so, dark hair, clean cut. Wore a tweed suit.
Beats me. Did he come here to see somebody in the show? Is that it?
He might have, I don't know.
Well, how do you know he came here?
I followed him. I saw him.
Huh?
It's a business, my business. I'm an investigator.
Oh, wait now. Did he have a hat on tonight?
No, I didn't.
A short haircut?
Yeah, do you remember him?
Sure. What's he done? Struck me as a nice young fella. He's been around here a lot of times. Sheldon Forbes, yeah. I didn't recognize the name at first.
Would you mind telling me why he comes around here?
Comes here to see Betsy Walker. One of the girls in the show.
Betsy Walker. Is she his girlfriend?
No, don't think so. It's like this. He comes here asking to see her, and she never sees him. You get it?
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, who is she?
Oh, she sings here. Dances a little. Pretty girl.
Have you ever seen her with Forbes?
Well, I can't say. I guess not.
Is she still here?
Huh?
Betsy Walker, is she still here? I'd like to talk to her.
Well, she wouldn't be here this late. She finishes her bit in the second act.
Could you tell me where she lives?
No. I'm sorry, boy. I can't tell you that.
All right. Well, where can I phone her?
Can't tell you that either. Now, why don't you drop around tomorrow?
It's important tonight. Hey, look, would you do me a favor?
Depends. What is it?
Would you telephone Betsy Walker? Tell her my business and ask her if she'll see me.
Well, suppose I can do that all right, Mr. Dollar. Take a chair there. I'll see what I can do for you.
The doorman did all right. Expense account item 10, $2.65, cab fare. I gave up my rented car and had the cab driver find the address Betty Walker had given. It was a rather nice apartment in a rather nice part of town, and it was almost 1 a.m. when I got there. She met me at the door, wrapped in a chenille dressing gown with cold cream on her face. Miss Walker?
You must be Mr. Dollar.
Yes.
Now, just wait a minute. Do you mind if I see some kind of identification or something like that?
Oh, no. There you are.
Hartford, Connecticut. Oh, you'd be surprised at some of the things some men will try. Come in, please.
Thank you.
I didn't quite understand Frank on the telephone.
Frank? Oh, the doorman at the theater.
Yes. I didn't know quite what to make of it. Goodness, are you really an insurance detective?
Yes, and I'd appreciate you letting me see you tonight, Miss Walker.
Sit down. Can I fix you a drink?
No, thanks.
Frank mentioned something about Forbes. You're here because of him?
Yes, Miss Walker. I understand that you know Forbes.
No, not exactly. That is.
There's some reservation in the way you say that, Miss Walker. You know his name?
Yes, I know the name. Can I ask you what this is all about?
Routine investigation.
I'm curious. How did you get my name? How am I connected with Sheldon Forbes?
That's what I'd like you to tell me.
Well, first about my name.
Forbes was at the theater earlier tonight asking for you. I understand he's been around there quite a bit.
Yes. I really don't know how to tell you this, Mr. Dollar. I've only seen that man once in my life, honestly. He's really quite impossible. Oh, dear, this is so embarrassing to try to explain this.
Maybe I can save you some embarrassment then, if you'll answer one question.
Sure, why not?
Did Sheldon Forbes ever give you any presents?
Yes.
What?
Well, that cigarette box on the table there. And the lighter to go with it.
Tiffany's.
Pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, very. Also expensive. What else?
Well, let me think. Oh, no, that wasn't from him. Oh, that was the lamp over there.
Mm-hmm.
And a fur stole.
May I see it?
I'm afraid I gave that away.
You did?
I gave it to my kid sister who was visiting me last week. I already had one.
Oh, I see. What else did he give you?
I think that's about it. Except for orchids that used to come every night. A dozen orchids every night for the last month.
You only saw him once, and he gave you all these gifts?
Dear, I know how that must sound. Look, it started a month or so, I guess. I got a card in my dressing room one night asking me to dinner. It was signed Sheldon Forbes.
So?
Well, I'd never heard of anybody named Sheldon Forbes, and I just tore the card up. But every night after that, I kept getting orchids and the card. And then the gifts started to come. The cigarette box first. That's when I saw him.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even dine with him, Mr. Dollar. We had one drink, and I told him I had a headache.
I see.
But the gifts still kept coming. Flowers, invitations. I ignored them. I tried to send the things back, and I didn't know where to send them. Some I gave away, and some I've kept. I didn't want his gifts. He was nice, but I just didn't want anything to do with him. When I did meet him, he was so different than what I had imagined. I mean, well, gee, I've had my share of stage door Johnnies, but this man was, well, he just couldn't say a word without stumbling. He had no poise, no sophistication, nothing. All he had was money.
He told you that?
He didn't have to. Those gifts.
Well, he didn't have money, Miss Walker. He worked for $82 a week as a bookkeeper.
You must be mistaken.
I'm afraid not. He stole the money to buy you all these things.
Well, for heaven's sake. For heaven's sakes, and you caught him?
Yeah. Forbes tried to commit suicide earlier this evening.
Suicide? Oh, no.
I'm sorry I had to come to you to get this information. He's refused all along to tell anybody what he did with the money.
Will he go to prison?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, but it's crazy. We had nothing. He's just a name to me. He means nothing to me.
Yeah. But apparently you mean something to him.
There'll be another intriguing episode in our story of the Forbes Matter tomorrow.
Tomorrow, proof that $4,285 worth of unrequited love can spell 3 years of prison. But sometimes there's an angle. In this case, a rather startling one. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Men will do anything for a woman, even if the woman doesn't care about them. From December 29th, 1955, yours truly, Johnny Dollar, here on Classic Radio Theater. Would you do me a favor and visit my webpage, classicradio.stream? There you can stream our shows on demand, learn more about classic radio collecting. You can contact me there, and we have links now to our Facebook and Twitter pages. That way you can keep immediately in touch with us. Go to classicradio.stream to get that information. And please thank this radio station and support the advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we're around. And by the way, if you miss a day on this station, you do not have to miss a single show, because all of our shows are available on demand by going to iHeartRadio or Spotify or Spreaker or TuneIn, a whole bunch of places on the internet. Just search for USA Classic Radio Theater. That's USA Classic Radio Theater. You can hear all of our shows on demand. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you for listening. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on your dial. Classic Radio Theater on your favorite radio station.